When I was a little older, we'd go up to Chicago all the time, just with girlfriends and hang out on the beach. So yeah, Lake Michigan also was extremely frigid, even when it was really hot outside, but it was fun being on the beach in Lake Michigan.
We see the shark pull up under us, and I started to go like, and bubbles coming out of my mouth, and he grabs my hand and he's like, like kind of like gesturing to me to be quiet, don't move. So I was like, okay. I kind of kept my calm, and it might have been just a nurse shark or something, who knows, but still, I mean, I'm no match, an 11-year-old, even if a grown man, a shark would still tear you to shreds.
Once I was at the beach named Engenho, Praia do Engenho. It was a little beach in the north shore of São Paulo, Brazil. And I was there with my friend Barba. His nickname is Barba, it's like a bear. And Barba said, hey man, let's go surf tomorrow morning. And we were there together at the beach. And man, when we went at the middle of the way, and no outside view, and like storm weather with like it was 6 a.m. and very cold, and the duck diving all the time, and the waves like 3 or 4 feet, but very hard because we don't have a gap, a time to disinvolve the pedal. So come on, man. When I remember, we was bringing to the rock mount, and very close to the rock mount, and I'm feeling like the ocean pulling my feet down. Was the pressure of the rocks, because we are very near. When I thought that I'm gonna die here, man, everything's changed. Like I'm being relaxed because I'm really exhausted on it, and I'm being relaxed, and I'm look at the nature and feeling the moment like a baby, I think when you are closing to your deadline, something's changed, man. I'm look at my hands. I remember that when I look at my hands, I saw my child hand, the same hand that I drawing my first movements on the paper. Come on, and I said, I'm some memories came over my head, some childhood memories, and I'm relaxed, man. I'm start to laughing like my friend. And say, okay, let's gonna die in the arms of the ocean. It's a good story to tell.
So as we got older, we were probably like 12, 13, boys, they like to challenge each other and play rough, whatever, so it's just like a game of chicken, I guess, right? And it's, hey, let's invent a new game, let's see who gets chicken out, first by swimming as far as you can. And we would swim pretty far, like by the time we either I would give up sometimes or some of my friends. We turn around and people just would be really small, like look like, you know when you're in a plane, everything just looks small. And we're like, damn, we're far, you know? And even though like sometimes I would win because he would turn, he would turn around or stop. I mean, I still have to swim back the same distance as he did. So even though, I won technically, it was still pretty crazy, for both of us.
I can't accuse anybody of polluting the waters, but something happened from the time that I moved in Key West to the time I left. That if I were to go swimming in the ocean, I would start to get a rash, or I would get like some kind of a bronchitis.
At the end of the day, even if I stop doing that, and if I turn off water and I minimize the water and how much I use, it's still not getting to, the family that doesn't have water in some other countries. I think my mom or a friend of my mom's in a little apartment building we lived on Sunrise Drive in Key Biscayne had a pool, community pool in the middle. I think they put some floaters on my arms and I was like 4 or 5 and they just threw me in the water. Not to sound mean or anything, there was adults there, and I wasn't gonna drown, but it was one of those that, okay, you wanna learn how to swim? Throw me in the deep end.
They had situated like clusters of rocks right off the shore in Fort Sac Beach. So a person could swim from one cluster to the next cluster to the next. And the whole time you're doing this, you're seeing little angelfish and these tiny little tropical fish. I mean, it was just beautiful. So it was just a place where I would lay there and figure out what I was going to paint.
Man, when I saw I was on the other beach, no more rocks behind me, and I took my surfboard on like a hug, and I got the first wave kicking, and when I saw again I was at the sand, man. Oh, that's the good sensation.